Welcome to another video on our channel. Today we're going to talk about a topic that a lot of people ask about, cockatiel mutations. In this video, we will cover just 6 of the most common ones. They are wild, cinnamon, Lutino, harlequin, pearl, and white face. But before talking about each of them, let's understand what a mutation is. Mutation is when something suddenly changes, transforms, or alters. In biology, a mutation happens when a living being's DNA changes in an unexpected way, and this change can be passed on to its offspring. Now, talking about cockatiels, many people think that their different appearances are races, but that's not the case. It's a little different from dogs. With dogs, you can mix breeds. For example, if you cross a brown dog with a white dog, the puppies may be born brown, white, or a mix of the two. With cockatiels, it's different. They also have mutations, but these mutations don't mix in the same way as in dogs. You can have a cockatiel with multiple mutations, but each mutation maintains its own characteristics. You can identify each type of mutation separately, even if they are in the same bird. The first mutation we are going to talk about is the wild one. In fact, the wild cockatiel is not exactly a mutation. Mutation is a change that happens in nature, right? But, for simplicity, we call the wild mutation. It's like a nickname we use to make conversation easier. The wild cockatiel is what cockatiels were originally like, before any changes happened. The characteristics of the wild cockatiel are very specific and easy to recognize. They have a gray body with a white bar on the wings that looks like a stripe. Their heads are very yellowish, looking like they're always shining in the sun, and they have orange cheeks, like they're always smiling or blushing. These colors help the cockatiel to camouflage itself in nature, blending in with the trees and bushes from which they come. Furthermore, the gray color of the body helps protect the cockatiel from predators, as it blends in with the surrounding environment. One interesting thing about the wild cockatiel is that you can tell if it's male or female just by looking at it. This is called sexual dimorphism. In males, the yellow color on the head is more intense and bright, while in females, the color is a little duller. Females also have a series of spots or lines under their wings and tail that males do not have. This is very useful for breeders who want to know the sex of their cockatiels without needing special tests. Another curious fact is that this gray color, with a white bar, yellow head, and orange cheeks, is the only color you find in nature, in Australia. All the other colors and patterns of cockatiels that we know appeared in captivity. That is, when people raise cockatiels at home or in special places for this purpose. These new colors are the result of many generations of cockatiels being cared for and bred in specific ways by breeders. They take great care of the birds and are able to create incredible new colors and patterns that don't exist in the wild. The second mutation that we are going to present to you is called cinnamon. The cinnamon cockatiel is very similar to the wild cockatiel, but it has some differences that make it special. Mutations are changes that occur in birds' genes and can alter their colors and patterns. This happens naturally, or when birds are bred in captivity, like cockatiels. The cinnamon cockatiel has many characteristics of the wild cockatiel. She has a white bar on her wings, as if she were wearing a sash. Her head is yellow, like a bright sun, and her cheeks are orange, looking like she is always happy and smiling. But instead of having gray feathers like the wild cockatiel, the cinnamon cockatiel has brown feathers. This brown can be light, like the color of cinnamon we use for cooking, or it can be darker, like chocolate. The brown color of the feathers makes the cinnamon cockatiel look special and unique, and many find this color very beautiful and different. Like the wild cockatiel, the cinnamon cockatiel also has sexual dimorphism. This means we can tell if it's male or female just by looking at it. In males, the yellow color on the head is more intense and bright, like a strong ray of sunlight. In females, the yellow color is a little duller, appearing a little softer. Females also have spots or lines under their wings and tail that males do not have. So, if you look closely, you can see these differences and find out whether the cockatiel is male or female. This difference in colors and patterns between males and females greatly helps cockatiel breeders and owners to take better care of their birds. The only difference between the wild cockatiel and the cinnamon cockatiel is the color of the feathers. While the wild one has gray feathers, the cinnamon one has brown feathers. This simple color change makes all the difference, and is what makes the cinnamon mutation so special. The brown color can vary greatly, ranging from light brown to dark brown, and this makes each cinnamon cockatiel unique with its own special shade of brown. Some cinnamon cockatiels may be so light brown that they almost appear beige, while others may be so dark brown that they appear almost black. The third mutation is called Lutino. This mutation is a little more complicated because the cockatiel's appearance can change a little as it grows into an adult. But don't worry, I'll explain how to identify a Lutino cockatiel. The Lutino cockatiel has some very special characteristics. Her body is all white, her head is yellow, her cheeks are orange, looking like she is always happy and smiling. Furthermore, one of the most striking things about the Lutino cockatiel is its red eyes. If you see an adult cockatiel with a white body, yellow head, orange cheeks, and red eyes, you can be sure it is a Lutino. Now, some Lutino cockatiels can have black eyes, which can cause confusion. When this happens, we need to investigate further, using genetics to find out if the cockatiel is actually a Lutino. This can be a little complicated, but experts can do this with specific tests. One important thing about the Lutino cockatiel is that it does not have sexual dimorphism. This means that looking at a male Lutino and a female Lutino, you cannot tell the difference. The colors and patterns are the same for both. Some people say they can tell males from females just by looking, but they often end up being wrong. Therefore, it is better not to rely only on your eyes. To be sure whether a Lutino cockatiel is male or female, the ideal is to do a test called sexing. This test is carried out by experts and analyzes the bird's DNA to accurately determine the sex. It's a safe and reliable way to know if your Lutino cockatiel is male or female, with no room for error. The fourth mutation of cockatiels that we are going to talk about is the pearl. This mutation is very special and easy to recognize because of its unique spots on its feathers. Pearl cockatiels are like little living works of art. They have dots all over their bodies, as if they were little spots. These dots can be of different sizes. Some are large, others are small. They can also have different colors. Some are darker and others are lighter. But one thing is certain. All these points are what make the pearl cockatiel so special and easy to identify. Now, there is something very interesting about pearl cockatiels. When they are puppies, males and females look the same. They both have the same cute spots on their feathers. But as they grow, males begin to lose these pearly spots and end up looking more like wild cockatiels, which have gray feathers. Females keep their pearly spots throughout their lives, continuing to look like a spotted cockatiel. This change in the male's feathers is an example of sexual dimorphism, which means you can tell males and females apart just by looking at them when they are adults. Some males start to lose their pearly spots sooner, while others take a little longer. But in the end, almost all males lose their pearly spots. The fifth mutation of cockatiels, the harlequin. This mutation is easy to identify because of its unique characteristics that make it different from normal cockatiels. A harlequin cockatiel has a very special feather pattern. While a natural cockatiel has a gray body and yellow head, the harlequin has colored spots outside this pattern. This means you may see yellow feathers in places where they are not normally present, such as on the wings or chest. Additionally, it may have gray feathers on its head and face, which is not common in normal cockatiels. These color and pattern variations make the harlequin cockatiel unique and easy to recognize. There are many different variations of the harlequin, each with its own style and appearance. For example, there is a type called reverse harlequin, where the wings are colored and the rest of the body is one color. This diversity of colors and patterns makes each harlequin cockatiel special and unique in its own way. One important thing about harlequin cockatiels is that you can't tell if they are male or female just by looking at them. This is because colored spots can appear anywhere on the body, and the number of colors can vary greatly. To find out whether a harlequin cockatiel is male or female, it is also necessary to perform a sex test. In short, the harlequin cockatiel is a beautiful and unique mutation with its colorful spots that can be in unexpected places. It comes in many color variations and patterns, making each one special. The sixth mutation is the white face. In cockatiels, this mutation is a genetic change that affects the typical coloring of this species. Typically, white-faced cockatiels have predominantly gray plumage, with white barring on the wings, with a distinctive white face extending from the forehead to the cheeks. This contrasting color is a striking feature that differentiates white-faced cockatiels from other varieties. The white face mutation can occur in several ways, but the most common keeps the face and cheeks white while changing the color of the plumage that would normally be gray. This mutation can be combined with others, such as the Lutino mutation, resulting in cockatiels with yellow plumage and the characteristic white face and orange cheeks. In genetic terms, the white face mutation is the result of changes in the genes responsible for plumage pigmentation and can be transmitted to offspring if both parents have the gene for this specific mutation. For bird enthusiasts and breeders, white-faced cockatiels are highly prized for their unique appearance and the way these mutations can create birds with even more varied and interesting colors and patterns. When you see a cockatiel without colored cheeks, you can be sure it is a white-faced cockatiel. However, it is important to ensure that mutant cockatiels are bred responsibly, with attention to the health and welfare of the animals. These 6 mutations that we mentioned are quite common to find in pet stores, fairs with amateur breeders, and in various places where cockatiels are sold. Because they are more frequent, the commercial value of these cockatiels is generally lower compared to rarer and harder to find mutations. If you want to know about rare mutations, leave them in the comments. Let's finish our video about cockatiel mutations here. We have just seen that these incredible birds can have many variations of colors and patterns, each one more beautiful and special than the other, and with unique characteristics that make them so fascinating and loved by us all. If you have a cockatiel or are thinking about having one, I hope I helped you understand a little more about the different mutations that exist, and you can choose the one you like best. No matter what mutation, all cockatiels are special and deserve all our love and care. Do you know someone who still has questions about cockatiel mutations? Share this video with them. Did you already know all this? If so, write in the comments so we know. And if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments too. Your question could be the topic of our videos here on the channel. This way we can help other tutors who may have the same question as yours. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive notifications of upcoming videos. Come back often, okay? Now I'm going to say goodbye to you. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time. Wait for you there! Bye-bye!